Target Gadhafi? A top U.S. admiral told our next guest that killing the Libyan leader is now on the table, but regime change is not. Ohio Congressman Mike Turner joins us now. He's an esteemed member of the House Armed Services Committee. Congressman, number one, when we started hitting Tripoli, I got the sense that we're targeting Muammar Gadhafi, but that was not the reason we said we were going in, correct?
Correct. And you've got to ask the administration the right question. If you ask them if we're trying to kill Gadhafi, they'll say, no, we're not trying to kill Gadhafi. If you ask them, could you describe your mission, they say it's civil protection. And civil protection includes, under the UN resolution, targeting the chain of command of Gadhafi's military. If you ask them if Gadhafi's in the chain of command, they will answer yes.
Right. In fact, here's the president on his initial statement on the Libyan kinetic action. Let's listen.
I also want to be clear about what we will not be doing. The United States is not going to deploy ground troops into Libya. And we are not going to use force to go beyond a well-defined goal, specifically the protection of civilians in Libya. But I want to be clear, the change in the region will not and cannot be imposed by the United States or any foreign power. Ultimately, it will be driven by the people of the Arab world.
Really? We're paying 75% of the costs right now. And it seems like Gadhafi's on the ropes. His army is dispirited. It's been 90-plus days. But your major concern out of all this is what happens when Gadhafi goes. What do we do? What's the answer to that question?
Well, that is a major concern because the administration also says that it is unacceptable for Gadhafi to stay. Well, that means that if Gadhafi's leaving, there's going to be a post-Gadhafi Libya. Admiral Locklear, in front of a group of NATO parliamentarians, May 29th, and was reported in Europe, stated ground troops will be necessary to provide stability after Gadhafi goes. What is the plan that is being put in place? What are the resources that are going to be necessary? What are the risks to America? These are all questions that this administration needs to answer, and they need to answer those to Congress.
Right, and the thing is, you do have a burgeoning rebel force, but if that rebel force needs some backup or even some coaching, there's no mandate for that. Will you insist the president come back to Congress for that?
Absolutely. The president needs to tell the American people, again, what is the scope of the mission? What is the planning that's going into place? What is the effect going to be to the United States? You know, with the rebels, the president hasn't even answered the question of who these people are. We don't know their geopolitical view toward us or their neighbors, their commitment to domestic diversity. Are we going to have atrocities? But we don't even know what their commitment is to non-proliferation of weapons of mass destruction. And
we are paying 75% of the bill. So even we don't know how many sorties we're running with our people, but we're paying most of the tab. Congressman Mike Turner, you asked some great questions, and amongst the people still upset about it is on the Democratic side, too. Senator Webb was beside himself on Sunday. We appreciate you're here asking the questions, but hopefully you'll be here one day giving us the answers as well.
Good. Thank you so much.